Alrighty. Howdy Neighbors and welcome back to Scarlet Hollow. Last time we got attacked by monsters. And we unfortunately saw a good girl go down. And we were heading back home. Continue down the path. Almost home. Continue down the path. We made it. Salvation in sight. You make a mad dash for the door. For the door. As you reach for the knob, the door swings open. Where the hell have you been? To anyone named Wayne. Flew over 100 people. I'm sure I know Wayne. I texted you back. As soon as I had reception. I didn't notice. I went to the woods with a girl I met to fight some cryptids, and a lot of really terrible things happened. I assume it's Stella then. That explains everything. It's gotten you all worked up. Go to bed, I'll see you tomorrow. Wait, you don't want to hang out? Still hyped up on adrenaline from tonight. I'd love to just hang out for a while. Cool down a bit. No, I'm not gonna hang out with you. It's late. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. Do anything stupid while I'm asleep. Just go to your room and sleep. All alone in the state. The sound of the wind whistling through the house gives you an uneasy feeling in your gut. Probably best to turn in and try to leave the night behind you. Settle into your room. You remember that Stella asked you to call her once you got it back. Of course I'm gonna call her. You know what? Don't even save. Call her. Hey, how are you? She's a little different, like she's been crying. Did you make it back alright? Yeah, how are you? Are you okay? Totally fine. I mean, as fine as it can be, I guess. You don't have to worry about me. Go get some Z's, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. The relative safely at the uncomfortable bed. The events of the past evening seemed like something that happened to someone else. Though you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in those moments. For now, you're safe and you're warm. Usually the sun will rise and chase away the monsters, and make them seem like nothing but bad dreams. Maybe tomorrow, if you're lucky, you'll wake up in a normal world and have a boring week in the mountains with your sour-faced cousin. It's a nice thought, but deep down you can't help but worry that things will only get worse. Blinded by the light. Um... 3 episodes in, and we finally get the title card. Nice. This is the end of episode 1. Episode 2 awaits. If you'd like to continue with this world slate in episode 2, please save your game now. Okay. Which one is it? No! I don't want to erase it! I'm skipping it. No, I fucked up. Devin must stay. Continue. Would you like to see a recap of episode 1 before we start episode 2? Sure! Why not? Long lost cousin. The bad news, the 26 hours of bus rides, the countless late night stops in city depots that felt unsafe in the middle of the day. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousins bought your tickets. Funeral of Pearline Scarlet, your cousin's mother and your aunt. Seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with that side of the family. Go to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms won't be safely available during your stay. I won't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors here have been known to give out. Afraid! No, Dustin! So Stella mentioned she's famous. If you're not famous. Look, if you're not gonna go around tooting your own horn, you know I can do it for you. Stella sighs. I'm a YouTuber. She owns cryptids. A single deer remains behind, staring down a beam from Stella's flashlight while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. Pain, rot, decay. You'll eat those words when I come carrying a mountain lion's corpse out of the woods at dawn. Come on, whatever your name is, grab that flashlight and help me line up a good shot. As the creatures in the tree line grow louder and more numerous, Gretchen violently strains against her harness. You dive to the flashlight and swing your body toward the woods. I said aim the damn thing, quick. Perfect. Where's Gretchen? Where's my dog? Hi, Wayne. Welcome home. My grandmother called them ditchlings, and they are a terrible omen, a sign of great suffering and destruction to come. From the relative safety of your cousin's uncomfortable guest bed, the events of the past evening seem like something that happened to someone else, although you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in those moments. For now, you are safe and you're warm. Tuesday morning away. All that took place in one day. Wake up. You open your eyes. The sun has risen, the birds are singing, you're still alive, but for now you are safe. Your gaze wanders across the room to the window, and the woods beyond. I wonder if the monster's still lurking here, right now, just beyond the trees, ready to pounce as soon as you leave the crumbling estate. A familiar unease settles into your gut, tingling into a knot of anxiety, wriggling as the events of last night play out in your head. You can't help but remember the sight of the pale faces jeering at you as they carried Gretchen's poor little body into the underbrush. You're not sure if you'll ever feel okay again after what you've seen, but you can't stay in bed forever. Hunger pulls you from the clammy depths of the mattress. Check on Dustin. Open the drawers, check on Dustin. Hi, Dustin. Oh good, he's still here. He has the bread! Human is back. Now I'm going to save over it, because now you have bread. Good morning, Dustin. How are you today? Dustin feels good. Had a productive night. Good for Dustin. Yes, you have bread now. Yes, Dustin found bread. Dustin also ate a bug last night. Good night for Dustin. Good for you, Dustin. I've met Frou-Frou. Monster. Did I talk to you about something horrible that happened last night? You can always talk to Dustin. What happened? I love you, Dustin! The woods are full of big scary monsters. Dustin understands. The world is full of big scares. When Dustin gets scared, Dustin pretends to be dead. Good advice for a human, maybe. It was nice to catch up, Dustin. I'll see you around. I'll leave you be. Why is Dustin so damn cute? Okay. Look at the feral boy! I love Dustin! Gently close the drawer. Look at the window. Go toward the window, careful not to be seen by whatever might be looking in the garden. Woo! Oh no, oh no. I bore witness to that. For a second, you thought I saw movement. Could have been an animal. Could have something else. Whatever it was, it's gone now. Bye. Maybe I'll head out there to investigate after you finish waking up. Will I? Text Stella. It's probably a good idea to check up with your new friend. I can't imagine she's holding up very well. We should try to get you friendly. I would. I totally would. Nah. I'll take a minute to get back to you. In the meantime, poke around the closet. God, I fucking hate that doll. Great, the doll hasn't moved during the night. You're haunted after all. After everything you went through yesterday, let's try out the consolation. Back to the rest of the room. Head out to the kitchen. It's time to start your day. Hi. You're back in the kitchen. Frou-Frou eyes you from her favorite spot on the counter. Pupils dilate and her tail twitches. I see you're still here. How unfortunate. Richard died last night. I thought you'd want to know. I'm gonna butch this, so go like that. Good riddance. Ma'am, may I pet you? We'll even over this. That filthy pair of hands will not befoul my fur. Hey. You should take your time getting up. Hey guys. How you doing? What am I doing? Whenever I leave for work is what I'm doing. I want to make sure I relayed this message to person in case you decide to ignore my text again. You don't want any repeats of last night. From now on, no running around the woods after dark. It's dangerous out there. You fall off a cliff, you get stuck in a hidden cave somewhere. You can get lost in the woods and never be found. Just because nothing happens here doesn't mean it's safe. Just because Stella spends a lot of time in the woods doesn't mean that she'll keep you out of trouble. I want you to be home by sunset from here on out. Sorry about last night. I had no idea what was going to happen. And I didn't think I'd worry you like that. Good, glad we're on the same page. Late enough as this, I'm going to work. I expect to see you here at sunset. Tabitha takes a few steps toward the door. Sunset. Cousin huffily exits the kitchen. Footsteps fade down the hall, ending in a characteristic creak, then slam of the front door as it opens and closes behind her. Once again, you're the only human in the estate. It looks like you have a bad... Oh, you have a bad first impressions, no? Cat chuckles mockingly. Text from Stella. You know. I'm most of the night on cryptid forums, but no good answers yet. Check your coffee in the library if you want to join. I have scones. God, no! I would never... I would never ghost somebody. Cool, on my way. And that's that. Time to start your day. Investigate the garden. When I wandered to the garden door, you shudder, remembering the brief glimpse of something you saw from upstairs the window. It's probably just a raccoon. Could be Devon. But the uncertainty of what you saw gnaws at you, and it compels you to investigate, failing to prove there was nothing. At the very least, you don't see anything now. Let's get further. Okay. I don't know why we left the door open this time. We wander further to the garden, try to pinpoint the spot where you saw something lurking. If indeed, it had been a thing to begin with. I hate all of it. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-bum. Take it all in. Rain is peaceful, but undeniably eerie. Here more than anywhere else, you're surrounded by the ghost of what this place used to be. A greenhouse sits in the midst of the overwhelming greenery. Unreachable from years of neglect, its glass cluttered and cracked. Statues reach out from within the seas of weeds, as if begging to be rescued. And most strikingly, behind a pair of rusted metal gates is a very peak of the mountain. It's a graveyard. You could just pick out a few of the headstones, a scarlet name carved deep and proud in their faces. You notice what a good view someone would have of your window if they stood out where you're standing right now. Check the grove clues. You rush down, pushing aside greenery to examine the soft ground. Boot print. A big boot print. And what looks like some viscera. Your thoughts turn to the specter from the night before. You snap a quick photo, just in case it'll come in handy later. I'm gonna keep it to myself for now. Keep it to yourself for now. No need to cause any worries just yet. Get back inside. It's time to figure out what you can do with the rest of your day. Hey, PB&J. Sure, some have scores in the library. But scores are later. PB&J is now. You barely scrape together the ingredients to gobble up a delicious breakfast. And that's that. Head to town. Bye, Frou-Frou. The walk back to town is much less pleasant today than it was yesterday, when you didn't yet know that the woods are full of monsters, strange men who know your name. You stare anxiously into the darkness between the trees, searching for any signs of movement, but the woods are still, at least for now. Continue down the path. The autumn-tinged mountains, sprawling for miles in every direction, now feel less like a beautiful scenery and more like the walls of a cage. From buzz in your pocket. Look what I found at library. She said she was up all night thinking about the video. Adding you to a group text. Nika. I'm only here because it's quieter than the store. Or was, lol. Try to figure out what that animal could be. I don't buy into this harbinger of doom stuff. We know what animals they are. They're ditchlings. And they are harbingers of doom. Like they're having fun. Not get ahead of ourselves. I'll be there soon. Almost back to town. Make your way to town in one piece. No creatures jump out at you. No scary men block your path. The sight of other people is comforting. Help you forget the things you witnessed as if they happened to someone else. Oh, hey, Iris. Hi, Avery. We're just talking about you. I stopped by Sybil's to pick up her new tea blend, and, well, the biggest thing to come to town is the coal mine. Folks have been absolutely buzzing about you. No, I was still last night, right? Something happened out there. She barely even waved when she walked by. I guess she wasn't with her. We're never apart. Say nothing. Say nothing. Either unsure or unwilling to indulge Avery's curiosity. That bad, huh? Tell you what, I'm on break for the next half an hour. I'm swing by the diner if you want to decompress. And I can fix you some of Sybil's new blend. Maybe it'll calm you down a bit. I think you'll like today's mix. It's chaga and lemon balm. It should help ease your stress and tension. If you feel like talking, I'll be all ears. But no pressure. Anyway, it's up to you. I'll see you around, Iris. See you, Sybil. Take care now, Avery. So you're a private person. I can respect that. You never know how someone might respond to hearing the truth of what you encountered last night. I better get back to it myself. I'm glad I was able to catch you this morning. Glad to see you're holding up. Please don't hesitate to stop by if I could be of any help. We both know that there's something horribly wrong in this place. How are you so calm? Don't mistake my calm demeanor for complacency. We all have our parts to play in this. I trust that you and Stella have what it takes to get to the bottom of things. Sorry to cut our conversation short, but I got things that need tending to. Stay safe, Iris, and God bless. Probably have a bit of time before you need at the library. The general store. It's your first time seeing the general store in a lot of day. I only went to the table by the register, too preoccupied with the phone to care about you stepping in. Over him, your boiled peanuts. He looks up at you, and your now quite pungent bag of peanuts. Curls his lips in disgust, returns to his phone. Before I buy chips or something, do I talk to you, or... He sighs. I guess, yeah. Kanika decided to skip work today. So, of course, whatever plans I had didn't matter. Just take the chips, I don't care. I'm paying for the chips, I insist. I'm not ringing you up, take them or leave them. I'm good. Over your way. Myra says you got town yesterday. Yeah, I know, Mom told me. What's your name? Miles. See you, Miles. Miles is responding. You shouldn't leave the general store. I guess I can swing around the diner. Right toward the diner. No, it's quiet today, but the air is heavy with the tantalizing smell of breakfast. Avery. You slide into the booth across from Avery. Hey there, stranger. We could exchange words. When he sidles up, a fresh mug of tea in hand. But you might need this. The answer to 29 down is oink, by the way. What? The clue is pen sound. How does the sound a pen makes... Wait, pen like pig pen. Are you kidding me? I was supposed to guess that. I don't know why you even bother with these things. They're just gonna frustrate you. It's just something to do to fill the time. Maybe I should switch to Sudoku. When he leaves, Avery contemplating daily nuclear puzzles, turning to her seat behind the counter. So what the hell really happened last night? You can tell me, I won't judge. Fairy tea. Take a dose of your tea. Sybil was right. You can already feel it begin to ease some of the strain and tension from last night's events. Oof. Not a lot of folks take to chaga so quickly. It's a fungus that grows on birch trees around here. It's supposed to be super healthy, but it definitely makes for a challenging drink. Killing me impressed. I thought the vet still feels raw. Why don't we just talk? What are they feeling? What do you want to know? Have you lived here your whole life? Nah, I moved here from Charlotte. Gosh, 3 years ago. Maybe a little more. I lost track. Aunt Winnie offered me a place to stay and a job. You know, might have passed on that sort of generosity. To be honest, it still feels like I just moved in. Practically everyone apart from the Cole folks grew up in this town. So it's like I'm the virtual new kid. Don't get me wrong, folks here are plenty polite and friendly. But it's a shared history I'll never be a part of. Why'd you leave Charlotte? You don't mind me asking. Nah, it's cool. I was having some education disputes with my folks. They had thoughts on how my life was supposed to go, and I had other plans. It wasn't great. Especially since I was still stuck under their roof. When my aunt heard about it, she offered me a job and a place to stay, and the rest is history. Do you regret moving here? I don't think I have the choice to have... Oh, I don't think I have the choice to have second thoughts. I'm not going anywhere without Aunt Winnie. There's no way she's leaving this place. I should probably head out. Totally get it. It's just about to start anyway, so perfect timing. Papers are set at the booth. Gives a friendly halfway for disappearing into the back. Leave the diner, ready to continue your day. Head to the library. Reading adventure! What the fuck? Okay. You're to the former town hall. What once must have been a stately foyer has since been converted into rows of shelves of something. Back we go. Rows of shelves. Reading rooms and offices long ago gave way to assorted reference collections and reading areas. Oh, you made it! Settle in with Stella and Kanika. Head over to Stella and Kanika's table and settle in. You made it! Glad you could join us. What an Iris, you look tired. Seeing the easiest, hard to fall asleep. Look like I'm dead, I'm totally amped up. Essential Miles. Oh, before I forget, I met your brother Miles. When I went to buy some chips, he tried to make me steal them. Iris, you can't just snitch on someone like that. I'm gonna cover the store for one day and you can't be bothered to do that. Typical. I'm paying him, you know. No wonder he is chronically unemployed. Anyway, I guess we should get started. Before we dig in, do you remember the boot print you found in the garden? Sure, let's show it. Now that we have more people here. Looking forward to Stella and Kanika. Hey, before we dig in, there's something in the garden this morning. It was fun to show Kanika and Stella the photo you took in the garden. These prints were in the bushes, with a clear line of sight to my window. Dang, that's creepy. You good? What the world is that liquid around it? It looks like pus. I never thought of someone watching me. There's a connection, but I felt worth bringing up. These boots are too big to be Tabitha's. Definitely. Do you think it could be that creep we saw outside of the general store last night? He knew your name, and those boot prints match up to the mining getup. Whoa, apparently I missed a lot last night, huh? Not about Wayne, are you? Guy keeps coming into my mom's tea room. I think there's something really wrong with him. Yeah, we are. I think there's a connection between that guy and what happened in the woods last night. Like what? I mean, I don't have anything specific, but we do have that whole prophecy of impending doom angle to explore. And this photo is weird. Can't stop thinking about those splatters in the ground. Whoever left those prints is sick. Maybe it's from the creatures you encountered. Hey there, strangers! Sir? And literal stranger? Want some fucking peanuts? That's just my introduction. Like, fucking peanut person. I'll forgive you, boy. Making peanuts, the librarian, just for friendship and good faith. I don't know how to say this. This is a gift. I'm allergic to peanuts. I'm seriously allergic, but they gave me a rash. Hey, Oscar, this is Iris. You know, Tabby's cousin. Oh, I should have known you were Scarlet. You look so much like Vivian. Not that I knew her very well. I was still a little kid when she left. That Scarlet resemblance is strong. I'm Oscar Gutierrez, Chief Librarian, and only librarian. Oscar's amazing. He practically built the library from scratch. Yeah, I'm a little jealous of what the kids around here are growing up with. They don't know how good they have it. Back when I was in elementary school, all the library had was a couple of shelves of boring books donated by old people. You know, too kind. Speaking of kids, have either of you seen Rosalina around town? I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she hasn't been answering my texts. I wanted to make sure she isn't getting in trouble out there. You know the crowd she hangs around with. They're good kids at heart. I'm sure they're just up the old Maxwell place, doing teen stuff. I went up there plenty of times in my day. But I'll be sure to keep my eyes peeled. What's the old Maxwell place? It's a good old abandoned spot. We used to hang out there when we were teens. Can't believe I used to be so reckless. The floors there are like Swiss cheese. I should really have a talk with Rosalina when she gets home. I'm sure she's fine. You might not want to let her run off like that anymore, though. That's safe as it usually is around here. Is that so? Kate is right, there's some weird stuff going on in the woods. That's actually where we came in today. Have you ever heard of creatures called ditchlings? They're a type of cryptid that shows up around places on the brink of disaster. They kinda look like the Pillsbury Doughboy. It's a creepypasta. Kitika's mom told us about them last night after seeing some footage we got in the woods. Ditchlings doesn't ring a bell. Dang, worth a shot. Okay, if you were to say, trying to predict a horrible disaster that might befall our town, where would you start looking? Well, they say the history repeats itself, so I'd probably try to figure out what sort of disasters this region typically falls prey to. Should I be worried about something? I don't know yet. I'll be right back. Gotta go nab some more books. Be sure Stella is barking up the wrong tree, Oscar. I don't think you have to worry about any horrible calamity befalling the town. But she's right about the weird stuff. There's definitely something unusual going on in the woods. Always save before being creepy. How are you? I'd keep my loved ones close in the coming days. I'm gonna try calling Rosalina again. She's fine, really. I mind Iris. I've been hanging around Stella too much. Rosalina's a smart kid. She knows better than to go around getting in trouble. I'll make sure to keep her eyes peeled. Thanks, Kanika. And Iris, if you see a 13-year-old girl with a black braid and glasses, would you let her know that her dad is worried about her? Oscar anxiously wanders off, phone in hand. Got him! Just grabbed a whole mess of local history books. Stella sets a massive pile of books on the table and pulls up a chair. Alright. It's gonna be so much faster with the two of you here to help out. Got our snacks. Got our source documents. Let's get this research party started. Reading awaits. These for suckers. Through Veins of Scarlet, a history of the Scarlet Hollow coal mines. Oh, Jesus, it's gonna be so much reading. God, no! Forced into retirement at age 50 due to a war injury from his time in the Indian Wars, exacerbated by his short stint serving as a captain of the Confederacy. Silas Scarlet also lost his eldest two sons from the bloodiest of wars, leaving his third eldest son, Andrew Jackson Scarlet, to take charge of the mine. Under his leadership, the mine prospered, and undoubtedly in part due to the growth of the railroad industry. Blah managed to evade the coal union for decades, making them one of the most profitable mines in the country. Andrew Scarlet built the surrounding town into what it is today, with expensive stone buildings, a bustling main street, and overseeing it all, the elegant Scarlet Estate. That was, until 1895, the largest and finest feat of architecture in the region. Blah blah blah. Culminating in the tragic collapse of 1918, it was found that Charles Shaw, the co-manager of the mine, had loosened security measures to increase production during World War I, resulting in the fatal collapse and the deaths of over 160 men and boys, some as young as 10. The casualties included Andrew Jackson Scarlet's son, Theodore, his brother, Inrush V. Scarlet, who had taken over for the aging father during the bustle of the war, managed to pull the mine from the brink of ruin, thereby saving the town. So that's how your family made its fortune. Let's do Silas Scarlet, soldier, woodsman, leader. Silas Everett Scarlet was born to Colonel Everett J. Scarlet in 1818, one of 12 siblings. Jesus fucking Christ, too many kids. He grew up in eastern North Carolina during a tumultuous time in the state's history, and not much is known about his life before he joined the army in 1836. He quickly rose to the ranks, in part due to his father's connections, but also due to the particular ruthlessness for which he received the nickname Bloody Silas Scarlet. Blah blah blah. The federal government granted the now Captain Silas a tract of bounty land in exchange for his service in the Indian War, and he settled into the hills of North Carolina in 1841. The land would become Scarlet Hollow, but it started as a simple log cabin built by Silas's own two hands, occupied by his family of 10, Silas's wife, Mary Joseph Scarlet, and their 8 children. Blah blah blah. Logging business brought many workers and fellow landowners to the hills, but it wasn't until Silas discovered rich seams of coal running underneath the entire region that Scarlet Hollow was really put on the map. He saved what he could and brought the surrounding hillside at a great discount, cleverly hiding what he knew about the land's true value. Thus, he had all the resources to found Scarlet Hollow's now famous coal mine. You're finished with this one. Flip through Appalachian folk monsters. A few entries catch your eye. Wumpus Cat, Tommyknockers, Tallybo. Oh, that's what. Long tail and wide yellow eyes. Enigma cave-dwelling creatures, primarily known for causing mischief. Large cat-like creature with a loud howling voice, often sound like a woman crying out of pain. Let's go with a Wumpus Cat. Often linked to Cherokee legends, some cite the Wumpus Cat as originating with the story of a woman who sought vengeance against the monstrous cat demon for driving her husband mad. She hunted it down and, by wearing a bobcat mask, tricked it into using its own vile magic on itself, freeing the people of their region from its evil. Others say the creature comes from the story of a woman who wore the pelt of a wild cat to witness forbidden hunting rites. The hunters of a village gathered to perform the rites, and she watched the secret from underneath the cat's pelt, but was soon discovered. For indiscretion, she was fused with the pelt, transformed into the creature that was neither human nor cat, forced to wander the wilderness alone, feared by all. Her calls are those of great sadness, and serve as a warning to anyone who dares to go against tradition. Cool, let's go with Tommyknockers! Enigmatic cave-dwelling creatures primarily known for causing mischief. Tommyknockers originated in Cornish mythology, spreading to the United States when Cornish immigrants began working in the Appalachian mines. They're named for the knocking that can be heard from seemingly within the walls before a cave-in. According to some, the knocking serves as a benevolent warning. Others believed that the creatures take stolen hammers from the supports of mines and collapse them on whoever is unfortunate enough to stand by inside. They are traditionally thought to be impish, leprechaun-like beings, but some claim they are the spirits of dead miners, forever cursed to haunt their final resting place. Let's go with Daddybo, a small creature with a long tail and wide yellow eyes. It looks like a doggy. Look at the baby. There was a hunter who lived in a tiny cabin in the middle of the woods, all alone with his hunting dog. One night, after a particularly bad week of hunting, both their stomachs were empty, and the hunter spied something out of the corner of his eye. Oh no! No! The small creature had gotten into the cabin through a hole, and before he could figure out what it was, he drawn his gun and fired at the thing, his hunger guiding his actions. But it was quick. He ran back through the hidey hole and out of sight, leaving only its long black tail, shot off by the hunter's rifle. This is left to do, he said to the dog, and threw the tail into the pot to cook a soup. He and his dog ate well that night, the tail filling them both up. The hunter crawled into bed satisfied, and the dog curled up at his feet. He woke up to the sound of long nails scrabbling across the floor. His dog was nowhere in sight, only a rumpled spot on the covers where he had been. In the gloom, he saw two big yellow eyes staring right at him. I want my Daddybo. A high, hoarse voice croaked at the darkness. Go away, he screamed at the thing. But it's so close to him, so shrouded in darkness. The sound of long claws dragging across hardwood accompanying its movements. I want my Daddybo, the creature growled again. I have my dog after you, Hunter squeaked, his voice catching in his throat with fear. There was no dog to be seen. I want my Daddybo. Well, Hunter could so much as scream. The creature left from the darkness, long claws stretching out toward the hunter. No one is sure what the creature did to him that night. The next morning, although it remained the hunter, his dog, and his cabin was a chimney, standing alone in the woods. You're down here. Yo, that's actually a cool story. Close the book and put it back. I think I'm done. Let's do a check-in. I think I'm done. Let's check in. Alright, if we're going with what Kanika's mom told us last night, I think we could rule out any natural disasters that brought the ditchlings here. But not nuclear incidents. Looks like our state has a history of those. What about y'all? Find anything? Aha! Look! Oh my! So handsome! Making respond, a handsome black cat leaps on the table. Zilla quickly slams her book shut. Hey, Pixel! I'm gonna close your book. He loves to rip up any paper he can find. That's weird. Still, it's still here, but Gretchen isn't. That's fine, as long as she brought the good stuff. Oh, don't worry, little guy. I didn't forget your treats. Aw, yeah, snack time. Crunch, crunch. Sorry, Pixel's bothering you all. Hope he hasn't gobbled up any of our books. He can't stand the thought that people might pay attention to anything that isn't him. I love him. Hey, Pixel. What do you think about the monster we saw in the woods? I'm an indoor cat. I don't know nothing about the woods. I just hang in the library. Usually know that her house got haunted. Look at Kanika's face. Text says your house is haunted. What's up with that? How'd you know that? I said they're psychic or could talk to animals. It's a long story. No comment. We've been living in the library for a bit. It's great. Way more snacks. Way more scritches. Except sometimes there's too much scritches. Hold up, what kind of haunting are we talking about? Unexplained noises. Objects appearing in strange and unfamiliar places. Aw, Oscar, don't get your hopes up like that. I'm like that, sorry. Before my bedroom just keeps seeping blood. And I've seen a strange figure in the hallway a couple of times. Wait, I've seen a full body apparition. Can I see it? Stella, it's probably just a dirty pipe or something. Well, what if it's a ghost? I believe him. I can practically feel the haunting as we speak. Well, we do live in the annex behind the building. Y'all are more than welcome to check it out. Here tomorrow night. Yes, we'll be there. Yeah, sounds like a fun way to spend the evening. Can't wait to get spooked by creaky pipes. I'm gonna let a paper shredder wander freely in the library. Oh, you mind your own business. Sorry, Pixel. Have you seen this little guy's face? How could I say no to it? He looks so stinky. Gotta leave Pixel be. Cat curls up on the table fast asleep. Is he loafing? Hold on. Yes! I love the loaf. My favorite is the baguette, but the loaf is nice. And I better get back to shelving. I don't know if you need anything. Okay. Where's the Scarlet? At the coal mines here. Kanika, miss that. Simply shudders. I get cold sweats just thinking about being in a place like that. I feel for the guys who work there. I could never. Look for yourself. I love a good crevice. What in the fuck? What happened after the mine collapsed? The book just glosses over that. It was a union for a little bit, but it didn't last. Oh, thanks, Oscar. There's not a whole lot written about the past century here. Yeah, the Scarlet Hollow mine isn't exactly the most ethically run business. No offense or anything. I'm sure Tabby runs things better than Charles Shaw did. Still hasn't let the union in, though. That's the reason she and I don't talk. Wrestling the union busting mine collapse from poor working conditions. Totally shocked. It's pretty awful. That's what the sculpture out front is for. Remembering all the men and children who died that day. Every kid in Scarlet Hollow learns about the collapse of 1918. Teachers love to emphasize how many children they had working down there. Probably to try to show us how good we have it or whatever. Low bar if you ask me. You know, what the ditchlings were warning us about, another collapse. Writing it down, less possible disasters. Eesh, Stella, that's morbid. It's possible it was... Oh, and besides, it was all Charles Shaw's fault. The labor market was way more strict now. There's no way you can get away with that kind of safety cutbacks he pulled. Do y'all then actually think the mine is about to collapse, right? No, I don't think so. Had me worried there for a second. I hate to give Tabitha any credit, but the mine is safer now than it was back then. Still, what a horrible thought. You never know. I feel the same to have bone pick with Charles Shaw. That's what happens when someone directly causes a monumental disaster. Especially in a small town like this. People tend to spit when they hear your name. He ran out of the town on the rail, you know. That's not a figure of speech. Back then, they actually tied you to a rail and ran you out of town. There's a big mural of it over the far wall. Got off easy if you ask me. What if there's something toxic in the mines poisoning the town? It might seem sick. Honestly, that sounds like one of the most plausible explanations we've had so far. What are the ditchlings? Oh no. Maybe there's some sort of parasite down in the mines. Maybe it infected Wayne. Maybe Wayne infected the local wildlife. Yeah, that could work. The mines. Hey, shit. No. Have I had any luck with Rosalina? Not yet. I knew a team would be a handful, but I didn't think you would. Oh, it happened overnight. Probably head out once you're all done here and check in your usual haunts. Do you think there's a cult here? Lillian and Inquirer stood Stella and Kanika. First thing there's like a cult here. Maybe the ditchlings are actually nudists. Ditchlings are like summoned. It's for the ritual or something like that. I assume the spiral we found was some sort of nest made by the ditchlings, but yeah, maybe we had cause and effect backward. I'm writing it down. Much more likely that the thing was a nest than it was some sort of magical ritual site. That's not about Scarlet Scarlet. Scarlet Scarlet. This fucking guy. She came from the south. I should have known it would be pretty. It was a perfect example of why you should use multiple sources for your research instead of trusting the first thing you read on a subject. Yep, dude was a monster. The guys made a lot of money during the Civil War too. And you could probably guess which side North Carolinian business owner would be working for. Sorry you're related to him. One of those burial ground situations like a poltergeist. Ditchlings are here for retribution. They're just like the past and built on atrocities. It's already practically collapsing in on itself. No offense. Ditchlings are here for retribution. Seems tenuous. Tenuous? I don't know. The words are hard. Assuming Kanika's mom is right. It has an omen. Not because they're going to do something themselves. I think we know how I feel on the matter. Let's talk about the Appalachian folk monsters. When you told me that Telepo story, I'd totally forgotten about it. Oh. One of his cats kind of sound like they're mountain lions. Voice of a woman crying out, somewhere between person size and cat size. Definitely, they're 100% mountain lions. Kanika, you know there are no mountain lions up here. I thought you were supposed to be a skeptic. But the myths are old, right? Mountain lions didn't go extinct in the Appalachians that long ago. These legends haven't died off yet. Almost every cryptid can be tracked down to either a hoax or someone getting confused by perfectly normal animals, sometimes both. Bigfoot, for instance, started as a prank, and folks saw bears walking around on their hind legs and got freaked out. And here we are. You get those words when I get clear footage of Bigfoot. If you manage that, I will print out a piece of paper that says Bigfoot isn't real and literally eat it. I promise. Holding you to it. You think ditchlings are Tommy knockers? What with the whole warning thing? Good thought. But Tommy knockers live in mines. It's like their whole thing. I'm gonna write it down though. Tommy knockers are literally just sound that happens when a bunch of rocks and wood are about to collapse. Are they? Or are they the sound of mysterious creatures pounding on rocks and support beams with hammers to cause a collapse? I simply know where to know. Mama used to tell me the Talibo story. I had totally forgotten about it. It scared me so bad that I didn't eat soup for years. I thought a monster might try to dig it out of my stomach if I did. Haha, I like that one. There's this old chimney in the woods that I used to think was a chimney from Talibo. The one that was left after that thing did whatever it did. Now I know it's just because chimneys don't burn down and wooden houses do. Doesn't mean it's not the chimney from Talibo. I camped out there a couple of times and seen some pretty spooky stuff. Yes, I watched that video. You saw raccoons. You're gonna get rabies one of these days, chasing after wildlife like that. What can I say? I like to live on the edge. Let's move on. So Stella, what was I you were saying about nuclear incidents? They were talking about the Goldsboro thing, right? Yeah. Apparently, in the 60s, a B-52 carrying a live warhead broke up mid-air and dropped a couple of bombs. Fascinating bit of history there. The first of the two bombs landed upright after its parachute had got caught in a tree. Thankfully, it didn't go off. At the time, the government claimed that the bomb was unarmed, but later it came out that the only thing preventing the detonation was a single electrical switch which failed to trigger on the descent. And 6 years later, the second bomb still hasn't been recovered. Right. It's conventional explosive disintegration in midair, but most of the nuclear material was made unrecoverable by flooding. If I remember correctly, they just buried it and sealed it up. The bomb is somewhere else. There'd be so many ditchlings here. Yeah. Goldsboro is almost 400 miles from here. Not that we should be looking too hard at the disaster angle. What those creatures are, they're biological. Sorry. Look, you never know with radiation. You actually know quite a bit. It just melts you. It doesn't make monsters. And a 60-year-old bomb isn't going to explode on its own hundreds of miles away and kill us here. You never know. There could always be a whole underground society of bomb-worshipping mutants just waiting to blow it up. I've missed this. Don't you think we should help look for Rosalina? There's a missing kid in town. That's probably way more important than whatever we'll be doing. To clarify, I don't think she's missing. She's out with her friends and ignoring her poor old man. I would appreciate your concern. I didn't know we'd look aside from the old Maxwell place. What do teens even like to do these days? You don't have to worry about checking up on her there. I'm going there myself once I finish shelving. Just let me know if you run into her while you're out. There's an awful lot of minor-related stuff in my notes. Maybe that should be our next stop. Pick a book around. Find out if anyone's seen anything weird. To clarify, this section we go to question some of the miners, right? We are not poking around unprepared in the actual mines, right? Right. Yeah, totally 100%, no, never. don't even have a good reason to go down there. Good, let's keep it that way. You know how I feel about mines. I promise. I promise, Neeks. We're just going to question some of the miners. And if that questioning gives us a good reason to poke around, say, a cool abandoned coal mine, then we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. You can cross that bridge when we come to it. I'm not going underground. Where's the weather with you? We'll stick to the surface. And hey, maybe we'll luck out and run into Rosalina while we're looking around. Okay, good. And hopefully we can find out what's wrong with Wayne while we're at it. I was gonna end up in the mines. Well, that's kinda ominous. I'm a little worried about Tabitha. She's not exactly going to be thrilled at us snooping around the mines. Maybe sneaky. I'll make sure to be a good lookout. She'll never know we were there. Look at us, going on a keeper together. I miss this. I miss it too. I'm sure it's all under the best circumstances, but I've been so wrapped up in running the store I didn't realize how much I missed being able to hang out with you. Though there is something missing. Reese. I really miss that dude. I can't believe how long it's been since we've seen each other. Have you seen him lately? Nope. I tried to plan stuff, but he's been too sick. I didn't realize it was getting so bad. That poor guy. You know, we could just pop over and surprise him. He seemed excited to meet Iris. Maybe we'll finally meet him. Oh, we'll finally get him to leave his little cave. Yeah, let's do it. Alright, let's roll out. See ya, Oscar. I'll let you know if we run into Rosalina. Thanks, guys. I'll keep you posted. Reese's house stands at the edge of the forest wall, an isolated buffer cushioning the rest of the world from an unending wilderness. And with that, I'm going to end this episode here. So thank you very much for watching, and hopefully, I will see you later.